parents-funded siblings ignored me. I built my own success, uncovered their betrayal, and chose a new family over being the forgotten child. I'm the middle child. My older brother Derek got a full ride through state school, tuition, apartment, spending money. My younger sister Melissa, same deal. Private university, study abroad, new car for graduation. Me? I got a handshake at 18 and you're smart, you'll figure it out. I worked overnight shifts at a warehouse, weekend doubles at a restaurant, and squeezed classes in between. Ramen for breakfast, ramen for dinner. I'd see Derek's Instagram posts from ski trips while I was calculating if I could afford both textbooks and electricity that month. Every family dinner, they'd brag about Derek's internship or Melissa's sorority. I'd mention making Dean's List while working 60 hours a week, and Mom would smile absently. That's nice, honey. Derek, tell us more about your study abroad plans. When I graduated debt-free at 26, Dad clapped me on the shoulder. See? Told you you'd figure it out. You didn't need our help, like it was some character-building exercise instead of just neglect. I tried talking to them once, really opening up about how hard it had been. Dad just shrugged. Different kids need different things. You were always more independent. Independent. That's what they called leaving an 18-year-old to fend for himself while funding luxury lifestyles for the others. Fast forward 8 years. I'm doing well, really well. Software company I co-founded just got acquired. I bought a house, started investing smart. Meanwhile, Derek's on his third failed startup, and Melissa's bouncing between MLM schemes. Then came the family dinner last month. Mom set down her wine glass. We need to talk about something important. Dad cleared his throat. Your mother and I are getting older. We didn't save as much as we should have. We were hoping you kids could help with retirement. Derek immediately started talking about his cash flow problems. Melissa claimed her essential oils business was about to take off. Then they both looked at me. You're the successful one now, Derek said. You can afford it. I set my fork down, slowly. How much did you spend on Derek's education? Mom blinked. What does that have to do with how much? Dad shifted uncomfortably. About $85,000 over 4 years. And Melissa, closer to $110,000 with the private school. I pulled out my phone, opened my notes app. Want to know what you spent on mine? I turned the screen around. $3,200. That's it. 1 semester of community college before I couldn't afford to continue. The table went silent. I worked 3 jobs. I ate meals that cost under $2. I studied in my car between shifts because I couldn't afford to waste gas driving home. I graduated 6 years late because I could only take 1 class at a time. You gave them nearly $200,000 and gave me a speech about character. Mom's voice trembled. We were in a different financial situation. No, I cut her off. Derek's ski trips, Melissa's new car, those weren't different financial situations. Those were choices. You chose them. You chose to help them and tell me I'd figure it out. Derek spoke up. That's not fair. We didn't ask to be treated differently, but you never said anything either. You both watched me struggle and said nothing. Took every advantage while I got nothing. I stood up, grabbed my coat. Here's what's going to happen. You need $4,000 a month to supplement retirement. That's $48,000 a year. Split 3 ways, that's $16,000 each. I'll pay my third, just my third. Same as them. Dad's face went red. They can't afford. Exactly. I smiled coldly. They can't afford it because you never taught them to struggle. You never made them work for anything. You spent $195,000 on their futures and $3,200 on mine, so I'll contribute exactly 1/3 of what they do. When they come up with their $32,000, I'll match with mine. Mom started crying. You're punishing us for trying to help your siblings. No, I said, heading for the door. I'm treating you exactly how you treated me. Fairly, equally, self-sufficiently. I walked out to 67 missed calls by morning. Last week, Derek asked to borrow $10,000. I sent him a link to the warehouse that's hiring. Night shift. Same one I worked. He hasn't responded yet. Don't think he ever will.